14 of the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few forwards I look to sell and trade this week. The first guy, Pascal Siakam, of the Toronto Raptors. So Siakam, the last few years here, his numbers haven't been all that great like they were 2-3 seasons ago. But on the season, still solid numbers. 21 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.1 steals, 1.1 threes a game, and 47% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, his numbers have been bumped up. 24.6 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2.3 steals, 1.6 threes a game. And he's ranked 10th in fantasy basketball in that time, and also shooting 47% from the field. So right now, his numbers are a little bit overboard, is Siakam. And he's a great sell-high candidate because he's had injury problems on and off over the last 2 seasons here. And right now, while he's playing good basketball, I would put him on my trade block and see what I could get for him, because I think you could get a lot. And he's playing the greatest basketball he's been playing in a while, so he's at peak value for sure. Right now, Siakam, January 14th at Detroit, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, a 3, 47% from the field. January 15th at the Milwaukee Bucks, 55% from the field, 30 points, 10 boards, 10 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes for the triple-double. And January 17th at Miami, 18 points, 6 boards, 10 assists, 5 steals, a block, and 45% from the field. So right now, where he's having big performances and big games, he's a definite sell-high candidate, because I think you definitely could get a lot for Siakam. And I know he's a good player, but I don't see him playing up to these expectations for the rest of the season here. So right now at peak value, I would get rid of him if I get a good offer. The next player I look to sell this week is Robert Covington of the Portland Trailblazers. So on the season, his averages aren't all that great. 7.7 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.3 blocks, 1.7 threes, and 40% from the field. So right now he is giving fantasy owners 7 categories, which is definitely a great thing here, but I don't think he's going to keep up the numbers. And in this time here, he's ranked 51. So on the last few weeks here for Covington, 12.6 points a game, 7.7 rebounds, and assists, 2.4 steals, 1.7 blocks, 2.6 threes, and 42% from the field. So right now his field goal has gone up a little. The scoring's definitely gone up a little. And he's just doing all the intangibles, and he's filling the stat sheet. But right now, if I could trade him off for more of a scoring and a consistent type of player, this is the time to do it, because he'll definitely give you the 6 or 7 categories like I mentioned. But the scoring's going to be down, and he'll just do a little bit of everything. He's not great at one thing. So the last few games here for Covington, January 13th at Denver, 10.7 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 threes, 40% from the field. January 15th at Washington, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, a block, 2 threes, 38% from the field. Then January 17th at Orlando, 7 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, 3 blocks, a 3, and 30% from the field. So right here, while he's getting things going on all ends, he's definitely a sell high and a forward I would trade away this week. And the third and final forward I look to sell and trade this week's Julius Randle of the New York Knicks. I mentioned him a few weeks ago as a guy to get off my team. And Randle, he's just not as good this season as he was last year. His points per game have dropped 5. His field goal percentage has dropped 4%. And even his assists have dropped 1 this season from last. So on the season, 19.1 points a game, 10.1 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.7 threes, and 41% from the field. So those numbers aren't good. And digging deeper into the numbers, the last couple weeks here, 16.7 points a game, 9.9 rebounds, 5.7 assists, 1.3 threes a game, and 37% from the field. So his field goal is down. The scoring has been down. At this point, if I could get anything of decency for Randle, I would, because he's just not getting the job done here, and he's not putting up the stat lines like he did last season. The last few games for him, January 15th at Atlanta, 24.6 boards, 9 assists, 2 threes, 47% from the field. January 17th versus the Hornets, 18 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, a block, 3 threes, 37% from the field. And then in January 18th ball game last night, where it was a tough loss where the Knicks were controlling it most of the fourth quarter, he did almost have a triple-double, but still not a great line in my opinion. 21 points, 9 boards, 9 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, and only 40% from the field. So his field goal has definitely been hurting fantasy teams. And right now, I still know he's getting rebounds and assists, but it's just not feeling the same like it did last season. So right now, coming off a few games and nearly a triple-double, I think you could sell him off and get something decent for him. So that's a few forwards I'd look to trade and sell here for Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season.